Alright, so today we're going to do a little bit of a different video. We're going to do some ungraded climbs and some recently graded climbs apparently. And I'm not going to give any tips. We'll talk a little bit, just share some opinions, had some kind of cool questions that I wanted to go through. And other than that, let's just hang out and climb. So you might wonder why I'm shying away from the tips. It's because I'm not a coach. I'm still intermediate, and I guess I feel like I'm getting more advanced with age, but at the end of the day, not formally educated in that space, self-coached. So do the best I can. I've had a lot of good mentors over the years, but no consistent coaches. So that's my approach to it, and I don't think everybody has to work like that. I really need a lot of hydration today, apparently. So, I guess we gotta pick something. There's a lot of cool ones here. I'm fresh off of, I think, healing up this tendon issue, but it means I'm gonna want to avoid stuff that has these little crimps, because these are gonna be a little difficult for me to drag. And that looks obscenely hard, so that may not be a good place to start. I've been kind of glancing at a few of these here. This green looks interesting. Yeah, it looks really fun. Okay, that was really sloppy footwork. Really sloppy footwork.
What is the hardest part of this one? What did you think?
This one actually had an interesting part here in the middle. That move up to that right was significantly harder than I thought it was going to be. But I ended up using a palm on this to get there. So that made it a little more interesting for me. All right, I think this one's gonna be a little bit harder. This green one, it's got some really interesting start moves. Looks like some laybacks with some good reaches, and a little bit of a throw at the end with these little step-in feet. Always fun. Okay, let's see how it feels. Don't love the start, but we'll make it work. Oh, that is really fun. It's smooth, but really fun.
So what are your thoughts on those sprinkler systems that have been failing on some gyms?
So, the sprinkler system thing is interesting because I've seen this come up in multiple gyms now, both at Stone Age in New Mexico, as well as I think Inner Peaks had one. I don't know if Triangle had one, but all of them have experienced kind of a similar idea. A lot of gyms are made in these warehouses, and the warehouses get a lot of heat on the roof, which the thing about sprinkler systems is most modern sprinkler systems are not electronic like you would think. They use these little vials that when they reach a certain temperature pop, and that temperature is around 100 degrees from what I've heard, and that's kind of a hardware issue at the end of the day. It's something that I think gym owners need to think about. I don't know really what else is on the market in this case though, because it does cause a lot of damage to pads. I think it's cost a lot of money for these gyms, and it's downtime in those areas, which is always problematic. So I'm really interested to see what the industry comes up with in this space, because we're seeing a lot of gyms that are built without a lot of insulation on the roof and things like that. And not to say that these gyms didn't think about this, but they were not expecting temperatures like this. It's unfortunate for both. I don't think either gym is really to blame or anything like that. I don't want to point fingers, but it is a really kind of systemic issue with sprinkler systems in general when they're being placed on hot rooftops, right? Because that roof can get significantly hotter than the gym. And a lot of the gyms I've been to don't even have AC. So especially with those kind of gyms, I'm a little worried for their future when you have this issue occurring more and more. All right, this is hard. I don't know any other way to describe it. This is hard. This is hard and fun, and I'm gonna try it. So it's kind of really interesting. Woo! Okay, I was not expecting to flash that. Wow! I really like that crossover move. That was really fun. This foot just does not feel great at that angle. Makes you really have to think through it. It's like a rock climb as you're coming around the corner. You know, the rock isn't quite where you want it to be for a foot. That's what that is. All right, this has been really interesting so far because I'm not trying to flash everything. I didn't feel particularly strong today. This is kind of cool. So this one's really cool, but really challenging. Got some very specific movement, but seems doable. So we're gonna try it. Got a low start. All right, this one's, I think, one of the Masters climbs. Really fun, though. Cool movement. Especially the start. Can I just say I love these like little sticker walls? This reminds me of the one that was in New Mexico.
Back to the comp side.
Chris Sharma being back in the comp scene. I grew up watching Chris in like dosage videos and stuff like that. So for me, it's amazing. You know, he's been a personal idol of mine. Now, it's tough at his age, right? I'm no authority on this myself, but it is going to be tough at his age to move through that kind of stuff. Whew, one moment. So, the thing is, I think he has a better chance than many people give him credit for, honestly, because a lot of the modern comp scene comes from his style of climbing, is heavily influenced by his style of climbing. I mean, every climber that is like route setting right now, owning gyms, stuff like that, a lot of them grew up either watching Sharma or Boone Speed before them. And that's really interesting because him coming back, you know, it's maybe a show that age, although it is a factor, I mean, I'm not going to say it's not, isn't the biggest thing in climbing. All right, so this is for the V2 in my gym crowd. This is a V2 in this gym. Well, it was a V2. Okay. All right, so this is the start. Oh my goodness. hard to get to the start. Okay, with a debatable start even. This one's hard, but fun.
Do you need a lot of upper body strength to have
No, generally, no. I know it's ironic coming from somebody that looks like me, but to be fair, I came into climbing with a lot of this already, and I've just managed to maintain it. But it's not as useful as you think, especially with more modern climbing. I think that's more of a remnant of some of the very old styles of climbing. So like this one, for example, it's more about balance than anything else. So can I balance through these correctly? Can I step through these correctly? Can I stay on the wall? Can I move efficiently through the wall? Things like that. And it's a really common question, unfortunately. I hear it all the time of like, oh, do I need a lot of upper body strength? But again, you know, most of these positions are very relaxed. The other thing about that is, if you need it, you probably will develop a lot of it from the climbing itself. Supplementing for it right off the bat or saying I need to get to this level to climb, that should not be based on upper body strength, at least not that alone. All right, so it's kind of weird to jump into the compy problems, but they still have a few of these up, and I think some are really fun. I think this is the men's intermediate number 3. Okay, so that's the start. Okay, that was terrible technique. Don't do that at home, kids. Okay. Okay. Oh. Oh. Oh, that was scary. That was fun. That was not the right technique to go through that movement. Probably, I don't know. The footstep just felt a little bit weird. Kind of goofed that up. Trying to get the pressure in here. I'm really trying to avoid these, which feels a little bit weird for a rat. They marked it in white, which makes me wonder if it's they don't want these two to cross here, which would make this even a little bit trickier to get this movement around. Try to like come up through that. Ooh, maybe outside edge. I guess outside edge works. I should have just done that. All right, I guess we'll try it again. Let's see if we can do the whole thing. Okay. Apologize if I crossed the line. Whoa! I can't believe I did it. That was really fun. Cool. Alright, well, this one is fun, but super duper tough as well. Whoop. I gotta do that, right? Oh, I'm stupid. It's almost a knee bar. Alright guys, I don't want to make this go too long, so thank you so much for hanging out with me today. We're going to finish it up with this nice flowy climb. Hopefully floaty, so I don't mess it all up. Woo! I messed it all up, but I still survived. So, if you like this video, don't forget to like, subscribe down below, and I'll see you on the next one.